Alright, time for another update on the garden, and the food fence in particular. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of sweet chilies and some kind of small bell peppers that are getting ripe and picking. They're not real big. I need to put these plants in bigger containers, clearly. I mean, this is the only one that's really very close to full size. But, you know, I'm getting quite an assortment and looking about how I want to do things for next year. The cantaloupe vines have spread quite a ways, but I have no sign of any fruit on them yet. The oregano I need to cut back, and the spearmint, the peppermint as well. I planted a bunch of sugar snap peas and they're starting to come up. I've been eating berries, the second flush of strawberries. They're really good. I've got a lot of cucumbers on. I should probably pick most of these that are out here right now. I've harvested most of the beans, but there are still a few left to finish. The potato plants are thriving. The apples are getting pretty decent size. I've eaten a few, and they're quite tasty. They're so much better than the ones you buy in the store, can I just tell you? I'm getting a second flush of raspberries coming on the tips of the new canes, so that wasn't really anticipated. I guess it's the long hot summer. My blueberry bush, now that it's stopped producing fruit, is getting leggy, which is good because it needed to grow. I've got tomatoes that are just forming, and I've been picking tomatoes from this plant almost every day. Looks like I'm going to have maybe 2 or 3 more days before these turn ripe. They turn color pretty quickly once they get to size. So yeah, like I say, the strawberries, I'm getting berries all over the place on my strawberry plants. And I've still got a couple of blueberries on this plant. There's the extra bell peppers, more tomatoes. I need to work on trimming the raspberries. More strawberries. And let's see, I think that's kind of about it for the front garden. Yeah, maybe I can give you a little bit better idea of how many bell peppers there are. There's quite a few, but they're small, of bell peppers. So like I say, next year I'll put them, there'll be fewer plants, but they'll be in bigger pots, and I'll get hopefully a lot more and larger fruit, even though I have fewer plants on the wall. There we go. So in the back, the herb barrel, the rosemary and the sage and the bay leaves are all doing well. The thyme, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be growing real aggressively, but it doesn't get a lot of light, so, and I don't use a lot of any of those. The blackberries are still producing, but getting towards the end of their life. I've started cleaning out the raspberry bed, the raspberry canes, but I've still got a lot of pruning to do there. But that's I'm not getting a second flush of raspberries back here. But again, this area does not get the light that the sunlight that the rest of it gets, out the front garden gets. And these apples continue to look fairly decent. I mean, this is pretty much a full-size apple. It's not quite ripe yet, but so, and these I believe are Granny Smith apples. So even though I only got 3, they're pretty good size. So that's the back garden. And here's a salad made from just things from my garden. There's the black beans, cucumbers, orange tomatoes, orange sweet chilies, and orange sweet bell peppers. So it's a little on the orange side, but it's incredibly delicious to eat stuff right out of your garden.